All right, check. I think we're forgetting something. All right, check. Starting video in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Greetings once again. I'm just thinking that I think I owe you an apology for things that I say, and I all the things that I say and I can't do it. So I'm making a video after a week or so. It wasn't supposed to be this late, but I'm just thinking, or I've been thinking rather, about my setup. And I feel like sometimes I'm so dumb that I don't really think ahead, and I get locked in a particular phase, which is just more restlessness and more waiting. Waiting has actually been over the top lately. Just waiting for something, like waiting for a package or waiting for the right moment, something like that. But I am trying to be as free as possible, because then I don't want to stress myself either. Stressing myself out is like against the rules of the game for me. The moment I get stressed out, I don't do it. I don't do something. Even if it means to be making a video, if I get stressed out, then I wouldn't do it. And the stress is basically on the coming days. Like, what am I supposed to do in the following days, or what am I supposed to do with the content that I have in mind? Apart from that is the setup, my audio setup, which I am still working on. And the reason why I call myself dumb is that the guitar pedal I bought, remember, the Zoom G3N, which is actually a very good product. It's a beautiful piece of machine, and I mean, I should have checked out the release notes, because what I found out was that the Zoom G3N does not have USB recording capabilities, which leaves me thinking as to how come such things happen to me. Because and later on I checked out that the Zoom G5N has the USB recording, but the Zoom G3N doesn't. So it boils down to my audio setup being incomplete still. And it's been like that. Although I've thought about a couple of ways through which I could do it. And I did try out, I tried out um, a separate audio interface, which is just like a small USB connector, right? They call it a USB interface, but um, what it was that I ordered that product, and the mic pin, the mic port isn't working. So, it's a loss again. But I wouldn't say that getting the Zoom G3N was a loss, because I found some really good sounds and tones that I had earlier, and I created those patches, and I'm still working on some of them to create the sound, the solo, or the lead. Or the thing is, once what I would like to also clear is that I'm not really a full-fledged guitarist, or like I said, it's also with the same thing with other instruments. What I just know is that I have some sort of capabilities. It's not about being good at playing an instrument, but it's just about some sort of an expression that I feel that I can do with the instrument. Doesn't necessarily mean that I have to be good at it. Like playing fast solos and playing slow and steady solos, but then articulating it correctly. I feel that's more valuable than just ripping it off or shredding it off. I mean, I'm sure with a lot of practice I can do that as well, but I haven't really been playing the guitar for a long time. It's been years. It's been 4 or 5 years. The guitars have just been, you know, hanging on the walls. And I'm going to just show you my setup around right now, quickly, just to, give you um, an idea as to what is going on in the back. Because you've not seen the camera, you've not seen my room, right? I've not given you a tour, but I would like to. I would like to do that. Of late, I've been handling um, I've been handling dealing with cleanliness. That is one major topic, or that is one major segment of the self development and the discipline that I need to bring within myself. To just be able to um, keep my focus into work as well. I mean, cleanliness is a very important aspect of work. And I always had that at the back of my mind. But I had so many important things to do apart from that it did not really click as to as to keeping things in an arranged manner. Like I like things having I like arranging things. I like having things arranged. I like seeing things, where it's supposed to be. But although I have been in at times where I just mess everything up, I just leave everything around. But then that's not the case right now. I have been doing some thoughtful work in improving myself on that. And I prefer to keep it that way, right? So before I light this up, let me just show you a quick setup, view of the setup. All right, so basically, this is my PC, not PC, laptop, which is connected to, that's not a UV light, it's a moving head, right? Which has a DMX control on the side. I don't want to like go all over the place right now, but I will probably do it in the daytime sometime. So um, you will have a better view of my setup. So the Zoom G3N is right there in front, but I've not been really focusing on that at the moment because I know that, when it's time for me to work on the guitar, the time will arrive, but this is not even the setup that I want to show you. What is actually intriguing would be this. These are not weapons. I've got these two flying V's, and they look a little different on the camera, but they they are a beautiful piece of art. I love the way it's been crafted, and it's not even me who actually purchased it willingly. It just came to me, and I will tell you that story too someday. But this is what I got. This is what nature gave me, and these guitars have been lying or hanging around with me for the past 4 or 5 years now, and it's only been in the last week that I've actually got my hands on playing it and practicing some riffs and just getting back my memory on how I used to play guitar before. But like I said, after I sold all of my instruments, like 10 years ago, that was. After that, it was very silent. I never had a processor, nor did I have a guitar. But then I got these two guitars about 4 or 5 years ago. And I'm happy that, I received the Flying V's. I mean, they're very different. I like it. I like it when. Oops, I hope the angle hasn't changed. I think it was somewhere around here. So, I really like the detailing on the guitars. They have been brilliantly done. And although I still need to work on the guitars as well, as in the potentiometer, I think it is the volume pots on the second guitar towards the right. That isn't working. So I need to fix that up as well. And that's what I've been dealing with, with fixing this and fixing that, cleaning this or cleaning that, getting something ready. Although I know I can always make videos anytime, but it just doesn't click anytime I want it to. But now I think I should be more aware of that because my presence here is required more than anywhere else, I think. I need to be um, I need to be in the flow like we was talking about. And I shouldn't let it override any. Um, I shouldn't let it override me. Basically, I should be able to write it and keep everything under control. Isn't that what it's supposed to be? Um, I'm thinking whether I should light this joint or whether I should light up and then make a part two, because I do want to talk about a few things, and then we can see what comes next. Right. Okay, so let me end this here because I don't know if the camera is still rolling. All right, see you again. Closing audio in 1, 2, 3, 4.